Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kakasungura YouTube channel. Big thank you for your continued support. Back to politics. Kaka, I was watching television this morning, a discussion by the Kisii Senator Honorable Richard Onyonka. And this man is spewing a lot of wisdom to me. This man is speaking a lot of sense to the government, which cares to listen. And his sentiments are powerful, and they speak to me directly. That yes, if there is a very useless body that we have in this country, is the Ethics and the Anti-Corruption Commission. A very useless body. In fact, to me, and I agree with him, kama kuna uwezo, it should be scrubbed off completely and we come up with something else. Onyonka is outlining reasons why he feels that EACC is completely worthless. It has not helped us in any way. Ni ma press conference tu ninaona hapa na pale tu. And you know, Onyonka is saying that EACC officials should not be even earning salaries, which I agree. Wanafanya kazi gani? Well, EACC is supposed to fight corruption in this country. Ukiangalia the reports released by the controller of budget, Margaret Nyakango, how much have we lost and accounted for? EACC is so silent on it. It's toothless body. Onyonka says, you know, the former President Uhuru Kenyatta once said, the Kenyan government loses 2 billion in a day. 2 billion in a day, which translates to 720 billion in a year. Wacha tupige hiyo hesabu. Kenya loses 2 billion in a day. In a year, Kenya is losing 720 billion, right? Yet, it has taken EACC 9 years to recover just 23 billion. What profits are we making? What progress are we making as a country? Kenya loses 720 billion in a year. Kenya loses 2 billion in a day. But this useless body has recovered 23 billion in the entire 9 years. So inatusaidia nini? We lose. By the way, wacha nipige hii hesabu so that if we are losing 720 billion in a year, so times the 9 years, the EACC has recovered 23 billion, itakuwa pesa ngapi? Wacha nipige hii hesabu and see how this body is very useless and should be disbanded just like today. 720 times 9. My friend. I can't believe my eyes. 720 billion. Kidogo tu. Cha nipige hii hesabu. 720 billion times 9. That is 6.5 trillion. So, in 9 years, Kenya lost 6.5 trillion, But EACC, which is earning salary, out of the 6.5 trillion, it has only recovered 23 billion. What useless mathematics is this? Kaka, mimi ninaona EACC badala ikunywe chai Nairobi, ibanduliwe. Haitusaidii. How do you lose 6.5 trillion, allow the people you're paying salary, they only recover 23 billion from 6.5 trillion? Does that even make sense? Ladies and gentlemen, tuulizane maswali ya ukweli hapa. Kama taifa tunapoteza 6.5 trillion in 9 years, but within the same 9 years, EACC, which is being paid salary, it has a very big officer complex, it is taking tea, it is paying workers, it is reading newspapers, it is doing I don't know what, it is earning allowances, it has only recovered 23 billion. Tufanyie nini? So kama ni uwezekano, Kenyans should gather on Twitter and Facebook, hashtag disband EACC. Tuanze leo. Tuanze na hashtag. We must rally for the disbandment of this useless body that is eating our cash. In fact, the 23 billion in 9 years, piga hesabu mishahara wanalipwa. Unaweza pata they are recovering nothing. Because hawa watu wanalipwa mishahara, wanalipwa allowances, wanalipwa pesa za mafuta, wanatembelea Kenya. So ukipiga the expenditure yote EACC inatumia in a year, you find Kenya is making losses from a useless body that is not helping us in any way. So from today, we must begin disband EACC for once. Can we listen to Richard Onyonka on Citizen TV this morning?
First, I will start with my experience. Ever since I came to the Senate, at the National Assembly, my experience was a bit minimal because you really don't interact with a lot of this audit stuff and a lot of oversight stuff. And you raised an issue with Dr. Alphonse and you asked High Excellency from EACC. For me, there are two things that the Kenyan government or the Kenyan people must decide. Whether EACC is actually the outfit that they want to use in managing and dealing with the issues of corruption, and make sure that we are able to give them the necessary tools which they are supposed to have, both legal, constitutional or otherwise, and technological, so that they are actually able to do what they are supposed to. Right now, that's nothing. Right now, what they are doing is like how somebody goes to school to go and teach. He has got targets, he teaches, and if the students get B or 320 marks, that's good enough. Number two. She stated, you'll go to point number 2, I'll give you the time. She stated the recovery of more than 20 billion in a span, hang on, Senator, in a span of 6 years. Of course, that is just a drop in the ocean for the money that, compared to the money that is stolen from the Kenyan people. Then in terms of what's not working, what are the specifications and the areas you think that can be improved upon so that the EACC can do more? Let me start by telling you what President Uhuru said some 3 years ago. He said, according to him, every day 2 billion shillings is stolen. If you take 2 billion shillings times 365 days, 720 billion a year. 720 billion a year. How many years has it taken for them to collect the 23 billion? It has taken them from 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Those are 9 years. In 9 years, averagely, they've been recovering 1.5 billion. But in those 9 years, if you are losing 600 billion shillings a year times 9, you're talking about how much? 54? 5.2 trillion. So what she's talking about, in fact, they should not be earning a salary. Because look at the logic. You know, these days, Yusuf, it is data. And what I'm telling her lordship here is that EACC, I can tell you, you remember we went to Isiolo County, yes. Yes, we are somebody attached to our committee at CPAC. And when we went to Isiolo, when we came back, she was fired. She was transferred from our committee. Why? Because she was not supposed to be there, because some people in our office have political interest in sorting some of these things. Until we remove politics and remove personal favors from our friends, EACC means nothing. If you see the number of letters I've written to EACC, and in fact, matters concerning people's lives and death, where 160 workers of Kisii County, a letter is written by the governor's office that these people must be taken to EACC to be fired. Why? These were people working for Kisii County Council. They didn't need degrees to be taken to EACC. So EACC deals with things which are so simplistic, like going out there and arresting a police officer taking a bribe. Why are you arresting a police officer who's taking a bribe? And right now you know, and everything is in public, that Kenyans are taking money to these banks which have got branches in Dubai, and billions of dollars, not shillings, are being siphoned off. Have you heard EACC say, we are talking to the central bank to find out why this money is actually being taken out?
Okay, you made your point, Senator.
Number two, wait.
Okay.
Number two,
yes.
EACC knows all of us. They know Onyonka's car, they know Onyonka's house, they know Onyonka owns this and this.
Okay.
If they wanted to get everybody's assets today, they will do it because of the technology it's available. Okay. Even your phone.
You made your point.